Chapter 1. The Meeting. Days later, stretched out on a chaise lounge, Caleb finds himself talking to a psychiatrist, telling her everything that has been going on at work with him and Eric. He explains to her how Eric constantly disrespects him, how he undermines his authority and his most recent unethical behaviour, the theft of his marketing proposal and unworthy acquisition of what should be his promotion. Astonished by what she heard, the psychiatrist looks at Caleb and asked, "Did you talk to your boss about this or even confront Eric about what he did?"
"No,"
Caleb sighed. "Then why tell me?" replied the psychiatrist. As Caleb's silence confirms her professional intuition, the psychiatrist readies her prognosis and said, "I'll tell you why. It's because deep down this situation is still bothering you, and you know you need to resolve this." Still reluctant to deal with the issue, Caleb puts both hands over his face and sighed. Then the psychiatrist said, "It's unhealthy and unnatural for you to have all these unresolved issues bottled up inside you. These unresolved issues can lead to a nervous breakdown, or even worse, you could possibly develop a split personality. And heaven forbid!" Just then, before the psychiatrist could finish her statement, Caleb's mobile phone goes off, and immediately he jumps up and exclaimed,
"I have to go. We'll have to do this some other time."
Then quickly gathering his things, Caleb grabs his coat and scampers out of the psychiatrist's office. 30 minutes later, Caleb makes his arrival at an Italian bistro named Angelo's, where he had a lunch date planned with his girlfriend Andrea. Upon entering the restaurant, Andrea welcomes Caleb with a big hug and kiss, expressing her melodramatic happiness on seeing him. "Congratulations, honey, I'm so proud of you," she said. Doing his best to play it off, Caleb shrugs his shoulders and smiles sheepishly. With a big smile on her face, Andrea said, "Honey, this is your moment. You deserve this. No need to be bashful, I already know you got the promotion. Mr. Blackwell couldn't stop talking about your marketing strategy." Then taking Andrea's hands and holding them tightly, Caleb exclaimed,
"I didn't get it."
"Caleb, what are you talking about? Mr. Blackwell just released a new marketing strategy for the company, the same strategy you shared with me," Andrea said as she rose from the table.
"Andrea, I didn't get the promotion,"
exclaimed Caleb. Then, with his head down, Caleb breaks the news and explains how Eric stole his portfolio and gave it to Mr. Blackwell as his own, and that Eric was receiving the promotion and not him. But firm in his belief that good will always prevail over evil, Caleb said,
"Don't worry. People like Eric gets theirs in the end."
Infuriated by Caleb's lackadaisical attitude, Andrea lashes out at him and scolds him sternly. "I can't believe you're letting Eric get away with stealing your idea and taking your promotion, and you're not doing anything about it. You are weak and pathetic. You will never amount to anything because you always let people walk all over you." After expressing her disgust, Andrea storms out of the restaurant and leaves Caleb humiliated and alone. Taking a taxi back to the office, Caleb goes to Andrea's office hoping to smooth things over with her. But as he approaches her office, he notices that her office door is slightly open. Carefully approaching the door, Caleb peeks his way through, and to his surprise he gets the shock of his life as he sees the unimaginable, Eric and Andrea kissing and groping before his very eyes. Consumed with rage, Caleb pushes the door wide open and startles the lip-locking duo as he glares at Andrea, then storms out of her office. Walking angrily down the hall, Caleb bumps into Eric's secretary, Sophie, causing her to drop all of her paperwork. Without a shred of care or remorse, Caleb doesn't even stop to say sorry. He just keeps walking until finally he exits the building. After walking a few blocks away to clear his mind, Caleb finds himself in front of an antique store, mesmerised by a large wall-sized mirror that catches his attention. Gazing into the mirror, Caleb becomes petrified as a sinister reflection of himself appears. Freaked out by his menacing reflection, Caleb turns away in fear, afraid of the realization that the psychiatrist's prognosis was coming true. After gathering his thoughts, Caleb takes a second look to confirm what he saw, and in doing so he notices that his evil mirror double had vanished. Relieved that his evil mirror twin had disappeared, Caleb quickly departs from the antique store and makes his way home.